From the Redburn Arena on the Illinois State University campus in Normal, the Illinois High School Association is proud to present the 12th annual Girls Class AA Basketball Championship. Well, hello again, everyone, and welcome back in this new arena, but it's the same old tournament. 16 years ago, when the girls finally got together after the end of the season to decide who was #1, they started it here in Normal before, of course, moving the tournament to Champaign. And this year, it's back in this new, beautiful 10,200-seat arena, and it should be a dandy because the crowd's very close to the court, and they really have added a lot of environment and the great atmosphere of high school girls basketball to this tournament here this weekend. Let's tell you first off a little bit about the teams. It's interesting to note the two teams here are very, very different. Chicago Marshall, the team has dominated the girls basketball tournament over the past several years. They have been in 14 of the last 15 state quarterfinals, have won 5 state titles. The only year they've missed since 1978 was last year. So they're here this year to make it up for Coach Dorothy Gators. And for Bartonville Limestone, which comes in here unbeaten, and a team that really is looking to do some great things on their own. They're a team that has a lot of pride to build on and maybe to knock the big kid off from the big city. So let's take a look at how the two teams got here. First off, for the visiting team from Bartonville Limestone, and they are the Lady Rockets, located just southwest of Peoria. They're 32-0 this season under Coach John Gross. The Rockets hosted the Super Sectional, beating Bloomington, and here in the quarterfinals, blew out Buffalo Grove by 26, and then in one of the most exciting games seen here all week long, in the semifinals, led by Tammy Van Oppen's 29 points, the Rockets edged Lyons Township after this last second shot by LT bounced off the rim 3 times. No time was left on the clock, folks, when this was all occurring. Now watch the red light in the corner of your screen. It goes on. Ball doesn't go in, and that's the end of the game. It had the entire crowd here on their feet, and John Gross and the jubilation of BL goes up the tournament, and they know they're coming to the championship game. And that's where they're here now for this championship outing tonight against Chicago Marshall. Now, the Lady Commandos are a very interesting story all to themselves. Let's find out how they got here to the championship game, something they have made almost like their home court in many ways. And it started by sweeping their way through the Chicago Public League playoffs, including with a victory over Chicago's Whitney Young by 36 points for the city title. And then here in the quarterfinal, they continue to run along, beating Moline 48-32. And then that big matchup against Maine West, defeating the Lady Warriors 51-39. A victory here tonight for Marshall will give Lady Commandos head coach Dorothy Gators her 5th state basketball title, and no other high school basketball coach in Illinois has ever accomplished that feat. So that's just part of it. And to give you one other note, to give you an idea of how jacked up these two teams are, in the tunnel over here a moment ago before they came out on the court, the Bartonville Limestone team was yelling, "We want it, we want it." And the Marshall team countered, "You'll get it, you'll get it." And that's what it's been like here for this tournament. Now stay with us. We're going to come back with more of our pregame festivities and meet announcers Brian Wheeler and Julie Deerdorf, as well as update you from the coaches, the keys to the game, and you'll meet the players. And that's all coming up as we continue our pregame festivities from Redburn Arena.
Your network sponsors are Country Companies Insurance, bringing you state tournament action for more than 20 years. The dairy farmers of Wisconsin and Illinois, who remind you to drink milk. It does a body good. And Toyota. I love what you do for me, Toyota.
back here at Redbird Arena, and as we get set for this Class AA girls basketball final, let's send you over to center court, where our announcers are standing by, Julie Deerdorf and Brian Wheeler.
Well, Joe Passion, thank you very much. We have had some outstanding basketball here at Redbird Arena today, and one game left to be decided. The Class AA championship on the line. My broadcast partner is Julie Deerdorf, the former standout at Wheaton Central High School. Julie, we've had some exciting games so far today. No reason to think the last one won't be just as thrilling.
No, it should be quite a matchup, and I think the kids are going to be both nervous and excited, but we should see two of the best teams in the state tonight.
Well, when you consider they have only one loss between them, it's pretty easy to say that we have two very quality teams that will take this court at Redbird Arena tonight. Now, both coaches are veteran ones. They have been around for 17 years. John Gross, he and his wife form a husband and wife coaching team at Bartonville Limestone, and anytime you go up against Marshall, you have to be concerned with their pressure defense. The Commandos have not shot well in the last two games, but they have forced a total of 45 turnovers. So John Gross says taking care of the basketball will be a key for his team tonight.
I don't think you really slow them down. Our game plan is to hopefully beat them back at our defensive end of the floor, stop their full court game, get them in a half court game, and make them shoot from 12 to 15 feet. Against their pressure, I think it's going to be key for us. We have to beat the press, and if the layup's there, I want my kids to take the ball to the basket. There we want to go after them, but if the shot's not there, then we've got to pull up and be patient because we're a good outside shooting team.
Well, something that could loosen up that Marshall defense just a little bit is some outside shooting, and the young lady that will have to do the bulk of that outside shooting for Bartonville Limestone tonight is their senior guard, Tammy Van Oppen.
Right, she's very versatile. At 6'1", she can hit that three-pointer just as well as any of the big outside guards. She led the team in scoring against Buffalo Grove with 15 points, and then in the semifinal game she hit 29. And she's going to play for South Florida next year.
Well, anytime you hit 7 three-pointers in one ball game, you know you're doing some quality outside shooting. Now, on the other side of the coin, Marshall's Dorothy Gators looking for her 470th career victory. That's a lot of wins, folks. And she has a very balanced club this year. 6 different players at one time or another have led this Commandos team in scoring, but maybe the best of the bunch is one of their backcourt players, Kim Williams.
Dorothy Gators calls Williams one of the best players she's ever coached. And that's quite a statement considering she's had 10 All-Americans. Williams is just a junior, but she's been the leading scorer in both games, and she runs a transition game, which she says is her favorite part of the offense.
Well, one of your network sponsors is the American Dairy Association of Illinois and Wisconsin, and those fine folks are bringing us the keys to tonight's game. Let's start, first of all, Julie, with Limestone.
Limestone, they're going to have to take a slow pace and not get into a track meet with Marshall. Marshall will just run them to death if they do. They're going to have to take the outside shot. They've got 3 kids that can hit the three-pointer, and they're going to have to contain Kim Williams, who doesn't wear Michael Jordan's number 23 for nothing.
Well, Marshall has won 20 games in a row, and if they are to win another state championship, what about some of the keys for them?
Marshall, their press is always very strong, and they're going to have to stick with that. They need to get out to a quick start tonight. The first 2 games, they haven't been off as fast as Dorothy Gators would like, and they're a very young team. They've got 8 sophomores and only 2 seniors, so they need to limit the turnovers tonight.
Well, Milk, it does a body good, and we think we're going to do you right with the Class AA state championship game. Bartonville, Limestone, and Marshall, history going to be made one way or the other, either a 5th state title for Marshall or a 1st ever for Limestone. We'll have the starting lineups in just one moment. One of your network sponsors is Country Companies Insurance.
All right, back down here on the floor of Redbird Arena, and things were so busy prior to the game for Dorothy Gators, the head coach for Marshall. We were very fortunate to have one of her former players, point guard that was with her on the 89-90 championship teams, Sabrina Harris. And give us a little idea of what Dorothy Gators is like before a game. She seems to be so calm and cool and collective. Is that what she's like inside the locker room?
Well, basically, yeah, she is sort of calm and everything, but she just tell them play their game. No fouls, pressure the ball, and talk to one another.
Are you surprised, Sabrina, that the team is so young and so successful this year, and how the great team role players, the two seniors, have been playing as well?
No, not really, because I played with them last year. Not last year, but in 90, I played with them, and it's basically the same team. That's all. They just mature in the year. That's all.
You know, I was asking the girls earlier, Sabrina, about playing for the tradition that is Marshall's. What's that like in 30 seconds or less?
That's sort of kind of hard to explain in 30 seconds. I don't know. It's hard. They want to keep it alive. And last year they fell down. Now they want to bring it back up. That's their goal, to bring it home.
All right, well, Sabrina, thanks for coming by, and congratulations on your success, and maybe we'll see some more of your former teammates tonight, too.
Thank you.
All right, Sabrina Harris, and let's turn it over to our public address announcer for the introduction of tonight's players, Steve Adams.
Starting lineups for tonight's state championship game in Class AA, featuring the Rockets of Limestone High School of Bartonville, entering this game with a record of 32-0. And the Commandos of Chicago Marshall coming in at 31-1. At forward for Limestone, a 6'1" senior, number 40, Jamie Broadstone. At forward for Chicago Marshall, a 5'8" junior, 33, Yolanda Miller. The other forward for Limestone, a 5'7" senior, 31, Wendy Reed. And at the other forward for the Commandos, a 5'7" sophomore, number 21, Keon Stewart. At center for Limestone, a 5'10" junior, 35, Melissa Schwartz. Senior from Marshall, a 6'1" junior, 35, Marie Scott. For the Rockets, a 5'5" junior, number 22, Joanne Picard. And a foul for Marshall, a 5'6" junior, number 23, Kimberly Williams. The other guard for Limestone, a 6'1" senior, 53, Jamie Johnson. The other guard, a 5'1" sophomore, number 25, Nicole Smith. And now, assistant coaches, first for Limestone, assistant coaches Peggy Gross, Andy Trotter, and Ken Baker, and the head coach in his 17th season is John Gross. For Marshall, assistant coach Al Williams, and the head coach in her 17th season, Dorothy Gators. And ladies and gentlemen, your officials for this state championship game, Jim Crabtree.
We'll have the opening tip-off for the Class AA state championship game in just one moment. One of your network sponsors, the Toyota dealers of Illinois. For tonight's AA championship game, Jim Crabtree and Tim Dreyer. Marshall in the gold uniforms with maroon and white trim, winning the tap, quickly on the attack, is Keon Stewart with the first 2 points of the game.
Marshall Club all night. There it is right in the beginning.
Limestone in dark blue uniforms with white trim, and the press creates a turnover. A 10-second count as Jenny Temple could not advance the basketball, and we played 16 seconds, and John Gross's club has their first turnover.
It's going to be important for Limestone not to get rattled early.
Temple also a factor. Down low. There's Kimberly Williams with her first 2, averaging just over 12 a game, and it's 4-0 Marshall. Now a turnover at the other end as Williams hangs away from Tucker. Here she comes out of post, but carried the basketball.
Perfect example. You can say low unit thinking you've got the press broken. You get near the basket and take it right away.
14 Marshall steals and a win over Moline. 16 in their win earlier today against Maine West. Keppel triple team. Dribbles into a bad spot. Now trying to get out of traffic. And the lead. Put it away. Another steal. Williams now quickly back against Lee. Shoots it in. So in a minute 10, it's 6-0 Marshall. Finally now Keppel gets a chance to set the offense. Limestone averaging 10 3-point attempts a game. They can make up deficits in a hurry. 3-pointer on the way by Keppel. She has attempted more 3-pointers than any other lefty, but a 3 back to the other.
Marshall seems hot right off the bat.
Yolanda Miller with that 3. 9-3 in favor of the Commanders. Keppel hands it down to the circle. Now to Reed. She'll try a 3. Who is their best percentage 3-point shooter, and finally called again at the Williams. So she has 2 turnovers and 2 baskets in the first 2 minutes plus. 9-6 Marshall. They break the pressure. Tyra in the lane. Pepper left it short. Ball picked right back. Oh, it's man up, but he has it. On the deck, traveling his ball. This time on Yolanda Miller.
Gators was worried about her team's turnovers as well as Limestone's coach, so I think it's pretty even so far.
Keppel off the inbound. Now a 3-point try on the way. This time missed by Wendy Reed. Marshall trying to run. Finally called again. Showing their anxiety to get that fast break started. Nicole Head in that instance turned it over, and Dorothy Gators a bit puzzled by the turnovers from her club in the early going. But here's a turnover from Limestone. 4 on 3 the other way. Baseline shot missed by Miller. Pulling it inside. That hook is off by Scott. Second try on the way is home. First 2 for her. Now they break the pressure, and an easy layup attempt and converted by Tammy Broadstone. Marshall likes this tempo though. Williams right side with a 6. Rebound Broadstone. Man up it. Easy to the traffic across the baseline. She was taken in by more carries than travels in 3.5 minutes of basketball, and you're going to see in most games.
Relatively close score, 11-8.
Officials timeout. Both teams need to take a breath, I think. Marshall with the 3-point lead over Limestone, 11-8. And one of your network sponsors, the American Dairy Association of Wisconsin and Illinois. Julie, you certainly have played in the state tournament before, so can answer this question. How about playing 2 games in the same day?
Well, I'll answer that one in just a second. Here's that last shot. Scott getting the rebound. And putting the basket in.
Limestone with the basketball back. Trailing by 3. Out front, another 3 by Van Appen. Touched it last. Dorothy Gators team, not known for their three-point shooting, but they're keeping pace thus far with Limestone. Get on him! Another 3 on the way. This time Miller is shook. The rebound to Limestone. Van Appen, chance inside.
First foul against Marshall.
Combined 5 3-pointers by these two teams. That ties the state title game record. That figures to be a record to be broken. Maybe right here. After they tipped on a 3 attempt. Miller got the team to get Radiance Clark is in for Kimberly Williams. Williams uncharacteristically with a few turnovers in the early going. Limestone can get their first win with a hoop this trip. And up in 3 baseline. Up and over and out. The junior captain of this Marshall club is back in for Thigpen. 14-13 Commandos and another shot. Head threw it too far for Miller to handle. I don't think Dorothy Gators is a bit happy with what she's seen. Erica Nance, a 5'5" sophomore now, is in for Nicole Head.
Very quick on defense. She seems to be everywhere.
Dorothy Gators hoping maybe she can stabilize the Marshall attack. Baseline jumper. Limestone missed it. Here comes Stewart on the court. Foul call. It's going to be offensively on Keanu Stewart. She penetrated maybe a bit too deep.
She comes right in the lane.
That's a foul on 21, Keanu Stewart. That's her first. Second team foul on the Commandos.
Stewart with her first. 2 team fouls on Marshall. None yet on Limestone. 2:20 for the first quarter. And Appen. Broadstone pulls up left baseline. A bad pass. Tracking it down is Temple. Temple returns to Broadstone. Reeves. Temple moves foul line. Power 3 by Temple again. Rebound. Keanu Stewart. And there's that Marshall fast break. Yolanda Miller putting it down. 1:43 remaining first quarter. Brian Wheeler and Julie Deerdorf from Redbird Arena, campus of Illinois State University. Ron Stone along the baseline, threw it up long. A one-handed rebound by Clark, but she also spun around and traveled.
They're really going to have to cut down on their own turnovers.
And Oppen lobs to Reed. Now Keppel will set toward the timeline. Three-pointers. By Limestone, two by Van Oppen. Jumper missed. To Limestone. Joe Limestone. And the Rockets can get their first lead. Keppel finally. No, she never did get across the timeline. It appears she can make it before the 10-second count. The team up, a second short. Kimberly Williams returns for Marshall. Radiant Park sits down. Under a minute now, first quarter. Tied at 16. Marshall had the first 6 points of this game.
Looks like they were going to break it wide open. Limestone came out. And now they're not 15.
Reed to Van Oppen. Broadstone. That's the first down right side.
Williams did a good job of blocking out on the rebound.
Miller baseline cut off. Not in time. And a Bartonville foul. This one, I believe, on Wendy Reeves. It is their first of the game.
This is their second game of the day, and you asked me earlier if you thought they'd be tired. In the semifinals, but right now they're playing on adrenaline, and I don't see it affecting them at all. Maybe by the fourth quarter we'll see.
Marshall's winner remained rested and didn't even lead in the ball game until the third quarter. They ended up outscoring Maynard 19-9. Quarter to make it look rather easy. 51-39. Maynard's going to work the point. 15 seconds. Seconds down. Long three-pointer by Miller is short.
Go with that, though. That was not a bad shot for her.
3 seconds. Timeline shot at the buzzer, short. A good start to the state championship game. Marshall and Limestone are tied at 16. And one of your network sponsors is American Airlines and American Eagle.
Score here in the second quarter of the Class AA championship game, and earlier today, of course, the Class A championship game. If you weren't able to join us, here's a look at how it really all ended with the trophy presentation to the Carthage Hancock Central Lady Blue Girls and their head coach. And what a day it was for Dick Breyer and the girls from Carthage capturing the Class A state title. Let's now go back to find out who's going to capture the AA title, and Brian and Julie.
Joe, through one quarter, we haven't settled anything. Limestone with a chance at their first lead. Jeanette Heinrichsen, who just checked in, gets her first two, and it is 18-16 Limestone. This slows Marshall down a little bit. Williams trying to pass it inside. 6-1. Marshall will have it back. Gators club to inbound along the near sideline, trailing for the first time tonight. In that first quarter, 9 turnovers for Marshall, 7 for Limestone, and that was almost number 10 for the Commandos.
They really like to gamble, whether it's on the press or inbound passes.
Go ahead. Miller for three.
3-point field goal by 33, Yolanda Miller.
She's Marshall's second leading scorer in the tournament.
Rodstone back in for Limestone. That's 25 for the first half. Keppel, up and down. It's always a bad decision when you're handling the basketball and pick it up right toward the timeline, because that's where the trap is easiest to make.
Exactly. You never want to dribble through the trap.
Pass inside. Tip. Somehow got to Williams, but she stepped on the baseline.
Inline violation, Limestone ball.
Williams has had her share of turnovers. Keppel now slows in the full court for the Lions. Rodstone from the left baseline. Missed it. Rebound Maria Scott. Miller from three again. Rebound. Boy, the Commandos have been just a step too fast for their own benefit.
I think that's just a sign of their youth.
Tough break there. Keppel had tried to move through three Commandos, but one of them whacked her across the arm.
Strange when you're playing Marshall. It always seems like they have more people on the floor. They're so quick. Everywhere. It takes you out of the offense.
Number 32, Radiant Clark, are into the game for Marshall.
Foul on Keon Stewart. We have her with two. The scoreboard says one. In either case, there's 3 team fouls on Marshall. Now they correct it, and there's 2 on Stewart. 21-18 in favor of the Commandos. Van Oppen, three-pointer to tie it. Banks it in. All the great shooters get the great confidence. That was one of them. 3 three-pointers by Van Oppen already. Here's the double A. And a pass right through the hands of Gloria Armstrong. The Marshall. And the Commandos turn it over once again. 5:05 remaining in the half. The Rockets look for their second lead.
Substitution for Limestone.
Crowd is not booing. They're yelling Sue Hope.
Shooter coaches,
As she checks in for Bartonville Limestone. Sitting down is Jeanette Heinrichsen. Van Oppen. Timeline to Hope. Nice to have Van Oppen in the form to be able to come back and help against the pressure. She can feel her size.
And she's a very good ball handler for her size. She can bring it in and keep it back out.
Stone pays the net. There goes the Keppel. 4:40 for the first half. Stone being patient. West attempted the same strategy. Control the tempo. This pass is lost by Hope. Control by Williams. Miller now right side against Van Oppen. Makes it 8.
welcome field goal by 33, Yolanda Moore.
Well, and there's a terrific steal by Williams. He blows past everyone. Beautiful feed inside to Radiant Clark. Timeout for John Gross and Limestone. As Marshall turns a turnover into an easy basket, their lead is 4, 25-21. One of your network sponsors is Country Companies Insurance. One of the most effective players at the back of the Marshall press, Kimberly Williams, and she can steal it at one end and score at the other, Julie.
She sure can. This is out to Radiance Clark and just goes up for the easy layup.
Radiance Clark with her first 2. John Gross trying not to let Marshall get a run started. Uses his first of 4 available timeouts. Van Oppen's pass is tipped away, but the garbage is picked up inside. Missed by Bartonville. Followed by Hope. No. Foul called before the shot.
It was a great recovery by Limestone. You want to take advantage of everything that Marshall's going to give back to you. much on it right there. It just comes off the
Marshall
frame.
foul on 42. Radiance Clark the first. 14 fouls on Marshall.
And it's foul.
Substitution for Limestone.
2-0 foul.
Number 35, Melissa Shaya. She replaces Jamie Bartonville.
That foul on Radiance Clark, her first. 14 fouls on Marshall. Still only one on Limestone. 3:45 for the first half.
They know now that Marshall will come right back.
Definitely not a team you can put your head down defensively and not worry about as you set up at the other end. Scott, before she could go up, and Sue Holt goes right down on her back.
It's big by Scott to draw that foul. So he couldn't quite get out of the way.
Holt with her first. Limestone with their second team.
Foul on 23. Sue Holt from
13
13.
remaining in the half.
Second team foul against Limestone. No shot.
Passion roaming the sidelines first. Baseline jumper. Rebound out of bounds to Marshall as Van Oppen couldn't control the miss of the Erica Nance shot. So they'll try again. This time baseline left. Nance needs help. Resetting toward the timeline. Against the
I see Marshall hold the ball this one very often.
here's Williams. Gloria Armstrong. Bounce to Nance. And it's stripped out of bounds to Marshall as Van Oppen couldn't dive to keep it in play.
Alana Miller's coming back.
Substitution for Limestone, number 40. Jamie Bartonville coming on that up.
Melissa Schreiber.
And for Marshall, number 33, Yolanda Miller.
Also back in for Limestone. 2:44 for the half. Williams to Miller. Nance tip. Somehow it got to Nance. Van Oppen knocked it away, but right to Clark. So Nicole Head will come back in for the Commandos. Erica Nance takes the seat. 2:37 for the half.
Back in for the Commandos.
4-point lead for Marshall. They break the pressure. Now Van Oppen right side. Ooh, rebound control by Clark. Her outlet tipped away on the bounce by Pepper. Limestone starting to come up a bit and challenge that initial outlet pass from Marshall.
It's a very smart players. You see pattern and they do their best to stop it.
28 turnovers between the two clubs. With still 2 minutes to play first half. Miller, high post. 3 seconds in the line. Make it
31, Shonda Price checks in for Marshall. She replaces
now with Shonda
Radiance
Price.
Clark.
6 seasons in the Marshall lineup for the first time. Again, he puts that bench.
She needs to. The defense showing this.
And trying to stay in bounds, and unfortunately able to do so for Limestone. Uriah knocked it in play and off head and back out to play. Rockets will inbound with 1:55 to 21st half. Bartonville, Limestone fans here at Redbird Arena. Van Oppen for 3 again. Missed it. Rebound Keppel though. Back out to Van Oppen. Bringing left to Reeves. Keppel has it back foul line. Drives the lane. Leans in. Back no. Rebound Nicole Head. Here they come. 3 on 3. Pass ahead to Williams. What a credit catch.
Also back to about 23.
One handed baseball pass. You think this whole team just played softball.
Marshall now has matched their biggest lead in 6, 27-21, 1:10 remaining in the half. Coming up at halftime, interesting feature blocking foul going to be called on Yolanda Miller.
She sort of got stuck there. Didn't know quite where to put the ball.
That's only 5 team fouls on Marshall. The first on Yolanda Miller. Nothing will inbound, baseline left. He's right underneath the hoop, and a foul ball there. Sharayak in great position. And for her efforts, will have 2 free throws.
Hey, Free Talk is a talented junior for the club. She's a three-sport athlete. Doesn't just play basketball.
Miller picks up her second foul in less than 20 seconds. Sharayak just a 49% foul shooter. He'll have 2 free throws coming. The first 2 free throws for each side of the
Sharayak at the line for Limestone.
With her third point, Bartonville as a team normally shoots 56% from the line. Couldn't get the second one. Now Williams goes in the forecourt. She did. Nice feed inside, missing the shot. It was out Alyssa Burris who just came in, but she was fouled on the play, and 2 free throws coming. The Dorothy Gators going much deeper into that bench than she did earlier today. And maybe that second game on Monday is part of the reason.
Beautiful pass by Williams. Ball just doesn't quite fall in.
Foul on Tammy Van Oppen, her first. Banking in the free throw is Alyssa Burris, a 57% shooter. Let's see if Limestone wants the last shot. Reeves. Limestone comes high post again. At the right baseline. Opening the rebound right where she wants it. Trying to lob it inside, kicked away into the corner and out of bounds. Putting her hand in the passing lane was LaShonda Price. And with 11 seconds remaining in the half, Limestone now will work for one. And Oppen for 3. Air ball. That went long. Oppen, though, is tipped. Stolen by Temple. 3 seconds. At the timeline. Throws it up from 40.
And that's the end of the first half.
Yeah, that last second shot in both quarters. From half court.
1 half in the books here at Redburn Arena. After being tied at 16 after 1, Marshall with a 12-6 second quarter advantage, and the Commandos leading the Rockets of Bartonville Limestone 28-22 at halftime. The Rockets now 32-0, which certainly hasn't been many games that they've been trailing at any point, let alone at halftime. Joe Passion standing by Marshall head coach Dorothy Gators. Joe?
Dorothy, just real briefly, what's going to be your major emphasis for the players in the locker room?
We need to cut down on our turnovers, and most of them are unforced.
And the 3-point game this is becoming, is that somewhat surprising to you?
No, we saw them play earlier. They're a great 3-point shooting team.
And offensively, you changing anything here in the second half?
No, we're not going to change.
Have a great halftime, Dorothy. Dorothy Gators, who, by the way, will be featured here coming up at the half in a very much more relaxed atmosphere, seated in her office. And then we'll also have highlights of the first half with Brian and Julie and lots more still coming our way. So stay with us. Our network sponsor here on the IHSA Basketball Network is the Toyota Dealers of Illinois.
Bartonville Limestone trying to become the first undefeated Class AA champion since Maine West back in 1988. But they're running up against some pretty stiff opposition here tonight. We are at halftime at the Redbird Arena, and Marshall with a 6-point lead over Bartonville Limestone. And Brian Wheeler along with Julie Deerdorf. And Julie, Marshall had the first 6 points of this basketball game. I thought maybe we were headed for a rout, but 5 3-pointers in the half for Bartonville Limestone kept them in it. They even had a 2-point lead at 18-16.
Yeah, that 3-point shot has certainly helped out, and I'm surprised Marshall has the lead they do with all the turnovers. It's really unbelievable.
Well, the pressure did bother Limestone at times, but when they were able to handle it, and we mentioned that when Tammy Van Opten at 6'1" can come back and help out, that certainly aids in the attempt to break the pressure, and at times it did not bother the Martinville Limestone club, and when they were able to get away from the pressure, then they were able to get some easy hoops at the other end.
Right. Van Opten's really a key, and I think they're going to, I think the next 2 quarters will be just as close as the first half.
Well, Marshall has a 6-point lead at halftime, and not coincidentally, we have a halftime feature coming up on their head coach, Dorothy Gators. We'll get to that after these local messages.
The Lady Commandos leading by 6 here at the half of Redbird Arena, site of the Class AA Girls Basketball Finals. And we talked earlier about Dorothy Gators, the Lady Commandos head coach. A win here today would give her her 5th high school basketball title. No other coach has ever accomplished that feat. Well, fortunately for us, producer Suzanne O'Keefe had a chance to sit down in a more relaxed atmosphere than the arena, but in Dorothy Gators' office to talk about Dorothy Gator and the Lady Commandos.
She was born near the rich Delta cotton fields of Beulah, Mississippi. At age 7, she moved to Chicago's west side and has stayed there practically every day since. Marshall head coach Dorothy Gators has made a lifetime commitment to her Lady Commandos.
Guess I'm old-fashioned, but I enjoy working here at the school. As long as teaching is my profession, I might as well teach at some place where I feel very comfortable with, because I enjoy it most of all. And basketball is such a long and grueling season that I just couldn't get ready for softball. After a while, it was just too taxing. And I used to make my kids play softball, the ones that played basketball. Those are your best athletes anyway, so I just had them to play, and I think we were together too long. The relationship was just too long. Well, basically, what I can bring from my family background to these kids is just a single purpose, that, you know, you should just work hard, and of course to try to be as honest as you can, and that good wins out over evil. It may not be immediate, but, you know, in the long run, doing the right thing is best for you. But what these kids have to learn is that you can still succeed with a lot of obstacles in your way. And we hope that our basketball will take precedent over some other diversions that they might have. But it takes a lot of discipline to be a member of a team, whether it's chess and checkers or athletics. It takes a certain amount of discipline. And I think once you can at least get a year behind the student, then the kids that want to comprehend and want to do right, you'll keep those kids, and the other kids you're going to lose.
For a coach approaching 500 wins faster than anyone in state history, Coach Gators learned a few things from her first 2 trips downstate in the late 70s.
A disaster. The basic thing that I wanted to do after 2 horrendous trips to the state tournament was to try to get some competition for our kids outside of the city, outside of that friendly confines. And we've done that for a number of years. Secondly, we wanted to bring teams down there that were so strong, both mentally and physically, that they would not be upset by just little minor things, the bad calls, you know, things that could easily just take your game away. And, you know, we were successful in doing that.
Dorothy Gators has had 10 All-Americas in 15 years, and she knows where the game is won or lost.
It starts with the guards. It always starts with the guards because they have to be able to deliver the ball to the right people at the right time. Okay. You have great big people, if they don't get them the ball, doesn't matter. Poetry in motion, just a dynamic player, exciting player to watch, and just such a very friendly and outgoing girl. She's at the top of the list. Great shooter, a wonderful kid, just quiet leadership, and she did everything that was asked of her and more, and never had a cross word to say to anybody. She works me overtime. She's a great kid. From a coaching perspective, she requires more than any kid that I've ever had, but we have a good relationship. She strains it all the time, but I love her to death. Janet, tremendous rebounder, probably the best rebounder we've ever had. It wasn't just her scoring that made her good. I mean, she was physically a force. More finesse. I wanted her to play like Janet, but that just was not a...
Had there been girls basketball in the 60s when Dorothy was in high school, and if she were the coach, would she have coached another All-American?
I would have been a star, All-American, no doubt.
One of the other things Dorothy told me earlier today is that she's really comfortable at Chicago Marshall High School. Her mother's 83 years old, lives right by. Her daughter Bridget and her son Darius, which is Dorothy's grandson. Well, that's just the heart of her life. She spends a lot of time with her family. She likes it where she is. Says she got a job offer from a USC or UCLA. She might go, but in the meantime, she likes staying at home, leading the Lady Commandos, who lead here at the half of our Class AA basketball final. And we will be back with Brian and Julie and the second half of this championship basketball game after this timeout from the Redbird Arena and our local sponsor. There's our score here at the halftime, and of course, Limestone coach John, what do you talk about at the half when you're down by 6, close to a team that a lot of people maybe expected to be a little further away?
You know, we just told the kids that we're only 2 shots for us away, 2 threes away from being right back in the ball game, and you know, we were a little disappointed with the way we handled the man-to-man defense. They threw at us at the end of the quarter there, and all we got to do is get that going. I think we can still play with them. I think we can beat them.
All right, go get them, coach. Thank you very much. Thank you, John. And listen, in the meantime, turn it back over to center court, where Julie and Brian are ready to give us the second half.
Well, Joe, one of your network sponsors is the American Dairy Association of Wisconsin and Illinois. And those fine folks are bringing you the highlights from the first half. And Julie, we mentioned Marshall scored the first 6 points. And thank goodness for the 3-point shot from Bartonville Limestone.
Right. Jenny Keppel hits this 3-pointer to make it 6-3, and that cut the lead in half. But then right after that, on the next play, Yolanda Miller came back and hit a 3-pointer of her own to make it 9-3. On this play, Kim Miller steals it back from Jenny Keppel, who shoots and scores for Marshall in the second quarter, making it 21-18. And here we've got a nice assist from Kim to Radiance Clark for a layup. On this play, Kim Williams hits a layup with 1:20 left to play to make it 27-21 Marshall.
And it is a 6-point lead for Marshall at the half. They shot 62% thanks to some really easy baskets like that one. Limestone just 32%. Not many free throws for either side, a lot of rebounds and a heck of a lot of turnovers. Marshall with 4 more turnovers, but 6 more points on the scoreboard. Milk, it does a body good. 28-22, Marshall leading Limestone at halftime. We'll have second half action after these local messages. Brian Wheeler, Julie Dierdorf, Joe Passion, and our producer-director Bob Albrecht all back at the Redbird Arena. 28-22. Marshall looking for what would be a record 5th state championship for Dorothy Gators. They have the 6-point lead and the ball to start the third quarter. Kicked away by Van Oppen. Go ahead, picks it back up. In the lane to Scott. Threw it up from her hip and scored. And she's within Team turnovers for Marshall, and they still are out in front by 8.
That's just how good Marshall is. They can afford those turnovers and still lead.
50 seconds gone, third quarter. And up in the 3-point range. Marshall in a man-to-man. They did play some zone in the first half. Broadstone will try again. It's long. Rebound tip to the floor. Controlled by Head. Long outlet to Stewart, who laid it in.
Very nice pass by Nicole Head. Dorothy Ayers called her the next to best player. Said Kim Williams.
32-22. Lead in double digits. And that's when you always have to be a little nervous if you're playing against Marshall. They can make a 10-point lead 20 in a hurry.
They certainly can.
Good. And Oppen almost lost it. Beans has it left to the circle. 6:10 remaining third quarter. And Oppen fouled on the dribble by Keon Stewart, who is really trying to pressure Van Oppen.
She's been in her face every time she gets the ball, so she hasn't had an open three-point shot. There you can see. It's one dribble in the lane.
That's her third. First team foul of the half on Marshall.
Van Oppen has already set a tournament record for three-pointers, huh?
She sure has. The old record is 8. Thanks to Claire Doris of Kiwani in 1988.
Oppen now with 14 with her 3 tonight on another Marshall foul. This one might be on Nicole Head. The inbound right underneath the hoop and the easy basket from Melissa Ferrari.
I like to get those right underneath.
35, Melissa Ferrari.
Nicole Head out between the rings. 32 to the lead. You see the shot inside. Ball tipped right to Miller, who missed the short jumper, and the foul on Marie Scott. You won't see Yolanda Miller miss too many chippers like that one.
No, you certainly won't. She's also very dangerous from the outside. She's Marshall's all-time three-point shooter.
Pressure. Throwing it up is Broadstone. Three-pointers might be tempted to hit it. Limestone. Official timeout. 4:46 remaining third quarter. Marshall has increased their lead to 8 over Limestone at 32-24. One of your network sponsors is Country Companies Insurance.
Brian English along with Chad Taylor, and you'll see them in the three-point showdown. Companies later on this IHSA TV Basketball Network. Back to Brian and Julie.
Tammy Van Oppen with her fourth three-pointer of the game. From behind as Williams was able to take the basketball away. Sue Hope gave her a little push, and that will be her second for Limestone team foul.
Holt. That's her second.
Excuse me, that's her first.
No shot.
Well, the Commandos back on the lead. Limestone has been in the zone for most of this contest. Here's Scott's triple team. Banks it in right side anyway. Reese Scott with 6-4 in this quarter. He's scored 27 for them. Pressure now. Van Oppen angling right. Pass inside, tipped away by Scott. Out of bounds and headed to the floor was Melissa Shariah. 3:45 remaining, third quarter. Van Oppen to trigger. He's helped. Lobs it in. Well, Nicole had her first. 3 team fouls on the Commandos. Yolanda Miller is back in. Keon Stewart sits down. Van Oppen lobs it way out there to Reed. A return to Van Oppen. Van Oppen put it on the deck. Drives the lane, leans in, had it off from behind. And Williams controls. Now Williams takes the middle, through the lane. Pass inside. Oh, what a pretty handoff. Reed Scott who scores off the feed from Nicole Harris. And here's the steal. Williams, can she track it down? Tried to hand to Scott. It's tipped away and stolen by Reeves. And timeout called by Limestone. 3:14 remaining third quarter. And once again, the lead approaching double digits. Limestone has used their second timeout. They have 2 remaining. It's 36-27 in favor of Marshall. And the press bothering Limestone again.
You see Williams start this fast break here. Very nice ball movement. Jumps, passing it off. And Marie Scott who scores.
Marie Scott having a big third quarter. 6 of the 8 points.
We don't want them to throw the ball over the top. All right, now, we trap on the dribble, but you got to keep the pressure on. You got to go and make a dribble. Don't let us see those open passing lanes. All right, offense go to a stack. Who's just going to post up high? We don't have radius, automatically reverse the ball. Come down, Susie, and get it off the rebound. Let's go. All right, on 3. Defense, 1, 2, 3. Defense.
They've announced the total attendance for the Class A and AA girls action here at Redbird Arena. First year the tournament has been held at this facility. 30,485, second best attendance ever. Pretty impressive. Limestone with the basketball back, trailing by 9. Reeves to Keppel, who has the 3 points. Normally averages just under 15 on the season.
Let's shut that off well. I know she's a keeper.
Here's another key, Van Oppen. And she is on the dribble. And Yolanda Miller, and that's her third. 14 fouls on Marshall. Neither club has picked up any fouls. Van Oppen lobs it. Under 3 minutes now to play third quarter. Pass inside Van Oppen. Williams caught in a bad spot. Threw it away. 36-29. Rockets trailing by 7, but with the ball, and their crowd coming alive. Keppel to Van Oppen. Here's John Hoyt and has the basketball. Neil Hoyt. first 12 points on 4 3-point field goals. The last 4 points have come on a couple of inside baskets. Those 3 coaches that are mentioned on that list have all coached here today. Dick Berry won a Class A championship earlier for Carthage. Either Dorothy Gators or John Gross will win a AA championship for their school. Limestone, it's a 3-point game. 1:50 in the clock, running third quarter. Pushed out just a little bit. Down low, shot on the back. Rebound, Bartonville. Double team, needs help. Almost tied up. Now Temple. Big ball, young lady at the other end. It's man open, but a double dribble on Temple. She was so anxious to get the ball to man open. She knew she was so wide open.
Well, that's a case where they're just too wide open. You throw it before you stop the move.
Oh, can't turn over for the Rockets. And he made it a 1-point game. As it is, the Bulldogs are cruising down their side. Williams traveled with the ball. She was so anxious to get around that right baseline.
She's really having problems with turnovers tonight.
Erica Nance will check in for the Commandos after Dorothy Gators finishes her instruction. Kimberly Williams will sit down. Williams will only be done here in the third quarter.
Gotta be careful there. She's been such a key for us.
Tough pass. Reeves trying to handle it, but stepped on the sideline. That's the place you don't want to throw the ball, along the sideline where the out-of-bounds area becomes another defender.
Right. That's exactly where Marshall forces you.
And here the 1-minute mark of the third quarter. North down by 3. Almost left it on the bounce. And does it back. Marshall's lead, which was 10 earlier in the quarter, down to 3. 45 seconds. Miller skip past the hit. Standing in the lane, jump hook, left it short, rebound to the floor, out of bounds to Limestone. Now the pressure again. Van Oppen sees an opening. Across the timeline, beautiful pass, and Limestone put it in. Now let's see if Marshall works for the last shot of the quarter with 20 seconds. Pass tipped. Temple almost stolen. It happened toward the timeline. 10 seconds. Nance almost double dribble. Miller's 3 baseline. Long rebound Temple. 1 second. The third quarter is over. But Limestone is right back in this basketball game. Don't you dare go away. We've got a terrific fourth quarter to come. 36-35. Marshall leads Limestone, and one of your network sponsors is the American Dairy Association of Wisconsin and Illinois.
This game may just last till the midnight hour. And if it does, the band here from Wheaton North is just going to keep playing the good music. You know, this is their state championship game from Wheaton North, and their band leader, David Elliott's got everybody rocking and rolling for this final quarter of the Class AA game. Brian and Julie, it's all yours.
Well, that scored No, you really need to stay in the middle to break that press.
38-35. John Gross's team has battled their way back into this one. Under 7 minutes now to play, fourth quarter. Ed has the ball. Putting 5 fingers in the air, calling the play. Here's Williams trying to go in. Ran somebody backwards, no call, and they hand it off to
Use your shoulder there to get that pass off.
First 4 points in the fourth quarter, courtesy of Marshall. Williams with a hoop and an assist. 40-35 in favor of the Commandos. Keppel, who has but 3 points. In low, Van Oppen squirts through. Van Oppen with 18. She averages 620 on the year. 40-37. Again, 5 fingers in the air. Circle leaders calls the pass from Marshall Bennett. And to Williams. Missed here. Williams missed the shot. Ball tipped out of bounds to Limestone as 2 Commandos fought each other for that offensive rebound.
That's how aggressive they are. They're both battling with the boards.
Van Oppen in the backcourt. Feeds Reeves. Reeves now. And up and down is Keppel. She caught the ball just across the timeline, and boy, as soon as she touched it, there were 2 Commandos right in her face.
She really got trapped there, so there's nowhere she could go except up and down. She did.
Williams now for the Commandos. Spins inside. Wild shot, missed it. Rebound, stop, make, no! Rebound tipped, and foul will be called as Van Oppen had the rebound and had tried to sneak through and chip it away. Instead, whistled for her second foul. Marshall with their 5th.
Marshall seems to have stuck with the same press. In the earlier game this afternoon, they were changing them in less, which confused the offense. So far, they just stuck to the same.
Oh, and a great steal by Williams. She's 2 on 2 in the lane, scoops it up. No, rebound Broadstone. What a terrific athlete Kimberly Williams is. Now they break Van Oppen ahead, laid it in.
The young guys said if they were going to give this team a layup, they'd take it. They didn't necessarily want to run, but they would definitely take the open shot.
20 points for Van Oppen to lead all scorers. Certainly a prime candidate for our American Airlines player of the game. Scott in the lane, takes it in. Marie Scott with 10, 8 here in the second half. Van Oppen across the timeline. Pass tipped by Williams. Saved in the corner by Stewart, but right to Van Oppen. Van Oppen now threw it behind. Awaiting Sharayak and out of bounds.
Nearly had that broken. Van Oppen, it helps having her so tall, because like you said earlier, Brian, she can just throw it right over this defender.
42-39 Commandos, the lead on the ball. They've lost but once this season. Limestone is unbeaten, and Williams picks up another traveling violation. Official timeout. 4:26 remaining in a good one here at Redbird Arena. Marshall 42, Limestone 39. One of your network sponsors, the Toyota dealers of Illinois.
John Gross, assistant coach, is his wife, Peggy. In fact, the team manager is his daughter, Jessica. The team clown in the locker room is his other daughter, Jennifer. It's a family affair for Bartonville Limestone. They only have a few arguments, but his wife says she usually gets the best of it. You know, John right now and his team are getting the best. It appears, at least, are catching up with Marshall. Back over to Brian Davis.
Three-pointer that could tie it.
That came just at the right time.
4 minutes for the game. Williams backs it up. Three-pointer by short. Rebound Van Oppen. Limestone with a Temple across the timeline. Triple T. Limestone has it. Up to 3. 3 minutes for the game. Temple drives the lane. Fouled from behind by Williams.
Driving the lane, has it knocked away, but she's also got hit on the arm.
First foul on Williams. 16th foul on Marshall as Marie Scott returns for the Commandos, and Alyssa Burris sits down.
Limestone is now in the ball.
Limestone with a 2-point lead, the ball, and they know every foul from here on out on Marshall puts them in a 1-and-1 situation. Foul underneath the hoop. This one offensively away from the ball. Wendy Reed's her second. Limestone's second team foul this half. 2:48 remaining, fourth quarter. We've already seen one basketball game go to overtime today. Wouldn't be a bit surprised if we had a second. Nicole Hale feeds Scott inside, pass tipped away, stolen by Van Alphen. Getting a piece of it was Broadstone.
Another turnover.
Temple the lead. They brought the pressure to Broadstone. Pass tipped by Williams, though. Stolen by Head. Now they're on 3-on-4. Head passed away. Right side she comes. Reload shot. Rolled back. Williams with 12. Tied at 44. Pass tipped away. Stolen by Miller. Now she pulls up 3-point range. Williams. Pass over the lane and Temple bumped her with the basket. Each team has 2 timeouts left, and now a message from the Illinois High School Association.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain from Limestone High School, under the direction of David Elliott, is the official captain for this season.
2:03 remaining, fourth quarter. Tie game at 44. What a debut. First ever girls state championship held at Redbird Arena. The Class A title game went to overtime before Carthage Central emerged victorious. Now this one going down to the final 2 minutes of regulation. Miller pass tipped away by Van Alphen. They were looking for Williams, and Van Alphen held it coming. Miller lobs to Head. 2 timeouts remaining for each team. The arrow for a held ball is pointing Marshall's way. Remember, every Marshall foul from here on out puts the Rockets into the bonus. Limestone, though, has only 3 team fouls. Williams out of the circle. Very dangerous there from Brown or 14 Marshall shot through. Pass tipped away. Temple almost stole it. They had control. Stewart was almost a 15-9 shot. Now Dorothy Gators wants another timeout. 1:20 remaining. Her club almost threw it away, but she will have the basketball after her 3rd timeout. 1 timeout remaining for Marshall, tied at 44, and 1:20 left in this one. Julie, what do you think about the strategy for either side right now?
Well, I think everyone thought the way to beat Marshall was to slow the game down. They didn't try the 3-point game, which Limestone has been able to do pretty effectively today. And the press that they've been looking at, usually most teams fall apart by the 4th quarter, but Limestone has hung in there very well.
Limestone had 7 3-point attempts. Great. I just say I don't want to be a great man. 7
Ladies, we're not behind. The game is tied. We just got to keep the score. Holding foul.
All right, watch 33. They're going to try to get involved. We got to help out whenever we can, okay? And don't let them penetrate. All on 3. Hustle. 1, 2, 3. Hustle. Let's go, y'all. Hey, bring your back up.
and Dorothy Gators in 17 years have put up some big numbers. Here's some of the records that Dorothy Gators holds. She would dearly love all-time victory number 470 because it would give her a fifth state championship. No coach in Illinois on a high school level, boys or girls, can say that. Limestone making it easy. Here's Miller, free throw line. Williams, center step move. Didn't have control of the basketball and pulls it back out with under a minute. Into his right shoes to throw a last-second shot up. Kicked away by Anderson, but right back to Williams. Marshall made a shot. It's win or overtime for us.
Not a bad strategy.
Hands it to Williams. Spins in the lane. What a move!
Set on idle Michael Jordan. Took that lead.
25 seconds in the basket. Maurice got traveled with the basketball. What a big turnover. Limestone still with a chance with 22 seconds left.
It really was big. If Keppel had fouled her there, it would have been hard for Limestone to come back. But Keppel's a smart player, and she's also a valedictorian of the junior class.
Here's Keppel weaving into the forecourt. Pulls up the man up and thought about a three. Lobs it to Reed. Now Keppel 10 seconds. Keppel drives, fouled on the play. A 1-and-1 chance for Keppel with 8 seconds remaining. You know Dorothy Gators didn't want that.
Here's the foul. Keppel gets the ball. Drives left. Hit on the arm.
We've had only 2 free throws shot by each team tonight. Dorothy Gators will use her final timeout in an attempt to freeze 5'5" junior Jenny Keppel, who is the best foul shooter Limestone has at 82%.
Some great numbers for free throw shooting.
In a game that hasn't had many free throws, 1 and possibly 2 could have an impact here with 8 seconds left, and Dorothy Gators also trying possible last-second shot, but Jerry Brooks has other ideas.
Jamie's deep. Watch for a long ball. Listen when you're up. Jenny's intercept. Match up with them. Don't let them have the ball. Oh, no foul. On the dribble. We got 3 to give you. You have to put them to the line.
Try to get the layup.
Come on.
No timeout. 1, 2, 3. No timeout.
Limestone
missed that ball, that was the game winner. She didn't even see the ball go in.
She's seen her teammate put that kind of shot in many times.
Boy. It's a fitting way for Marshall to get fifth straight state championship title.
So Yolanda Miller, called by some the most dangerous outside shooter in the Chicago Public League, wins the state championship for Marshall on one of the closest shots that she'll take all season. Our American Airlines player of the game, Kimberly Williams, had 8 points at halftime, had a tough third quarter in which she did not score, but came back with 6 points in the final quarter, picks up an assist on the game-winning hoop, and Joe Passion has some happy Marshall commandos. Joe?
All right, well, let me get in place here first off, and congratulations, lady. Let's talk about the final play. Dorothy, I'll pass it over to you and how you saw it from your position. The girls handled it beautifully. Great 2-on-1.
Well, we wanted to get the ball to Kim because she has great spin and open court. We wanted to just take it straight to the basket. And I've been on her all year to get in on a fast break before the season was over. And she did it tonight. That's the first fast break she's been involved in all year.
Well, let's go from the other side of the coin. We'll do this chronologically. You brought the ball open. You saw Yolanda break for the basket. A great lead on your part.
Well, first of all, I saw Nicole head in trouble on the baseline, so I ran to the middle, and I saw Yolanda cutting in. I know I didn't have a good angle on the shot, and I just passed off, and she made the basket.
Right now, it's your turn. Explain the shot, and boy, everyone, of course, the place exploding afterwards.
Well, we just wanted to make up for last year, and we just wanted to come down here to win state since it's our first time coming down here, so we just want to be the first ones to win on our first trip.
Real quickly, Dorothy, 5 state championships. You're the first high school coach to ever do it. I'm sure you're probably not your main thought right now, but as it sinks in, what are your feelings about it? I'm sure you must have thought about it before coming down.
No, actually, I didn't. I felt that our chances were as good as anyone. Our press can be disruptive. We've shown that with the games that we played. We put ourselves in a position where it was difficult to win with the turnovers. They're a young group of kids, so no, they pulled it out in the end. I think it gave them a lot of confidence, and we're going to build on that. We'll be a better ball club next year.
I guess there's only one way to do that, and that's go undefeated and come back here and do this all over again. I'm sure that's got to be one of your goals, girls.
Yes, it is. For me too. Yeah, it'll be a good goal for me too.
Congratulations, ladies. A great year, a great game here. I'll let you all go. Congratulations. Yolanda Miller, of course, the great shot from the great feed off Kim's pass, and of course, the great coach leading this great team to a great championship, and we'll be back with more great highlights from the Redbird Arena with Brian and Julie, and we'll be back with that and more right after this timeout from our network sponsor, Toyota Dealers of Illinois.
The head coach, John Gross. Assistant coach, Peggy Gross. Assistant coach, Amy Carter. Assistant coach, Ken Baker. Team scorer, Russ Whitner.
They don't come more dramatic than this one. Marshall on a last-second layup by Yolanda Miller, defeating Limestone 48-46. A new award being given by the IHSA this season. And that's a sportsmanship award. And for this game, Bartonville Limestone junior guard Jenny Keppel picks up the award. Keppel had 5 points, including the 2 free throws that tied the game at 46. It looked like we might be headed for overtime until Williams and Miller got together for Marshall. And right now, Limestone receiving their second-place medallions. And a terrific contingent of Limestone fans on hand here. And Julie, we couldn't have asked for a better couple of state championship games than we had here today, as the Carthage Class A championship game went to overtime, and this one goes to the final seconds before Marshall comes away a 2-point winner. Some final stats provided by our network sponsor, Country Companies Insurance. Good shooting by both sides. Neither team went to the foul line that often. A lot of turnovers, but many of those turnovers due to some aggressive play on both sides.
Yes, it's unusual when you see Marshall had more turnovers and they ended up winning the game, but that's just how good they are.
Milk, it does a body good. And what a great championship game we just witnessed.
Certainly was.
Andy Van Oppen led all scorers here this evening with 20 points, including 4 3-point field goals. The senior playing her final game at Limestone. Marshall with that balanced scoring. Williams and Miller leading the way with 14 points apiece. The final 2 by Miller giving Marshall the 2-point victory and the state championship. Marshall 48, Limestone 46. We'll have more of our post-game report after this from your network sponsor, Country Companies Insurance. It was tied at 16 after 1. Marshall led 28-22 at halftime. Bartonville Limestone tied it, or made it a 1-point game, excuse me, after 3. And Marshall outscoring Limestone by 1 in the 4th quarter to win by 2, 48-46. Julie, we could look at highlights all night, but we do have some pretty good ones in the second half to take a peek at.
Here you'll see Limestone's Melissa Sharayak, 3rd quarter. Inbounds pass for a layup that made the score 32-24 Marshall. Now here, Williams starts the fast break. Dumps it off. And Maria Scott.
Receive the state championship trophy. There it is. Congratulations to Chicago Marshall. This year's state champion.
The championship trophy hoisted by the Commandos of Chicago Marshall.
There's a familiar sight.
Ladies and gentlemen, that completes the award ceremony, and we ask you to buckle up. It is the law.
And now back to our highlights. The next one, Tammy Van Oppen. A terrific night for her.
Right, she hits the backdoor layup here. It's in the 3rd quarter. That made it 36-31 Marshall. Now here, Limestone's Broadstone ends the fast break with a layup. That was in the 3rd quarter, and that pulled Limestone within 1 at 36-35. In the 4th quarter, Van Oppen hit a layup on a fast break. Marshall still had a 1-point lead, 40-39. And here, Marshall's Kim Williams will score on sort of a hanging layup, where she pushes it up on the way down. That tied the game at 44. Last play here, 35 seconds. I'm sorry, 8 seconds. Williams with the pass. And there's the winning shot for Marshall to make it 46-44.
Yolanda Miller providing the final 2 points of the basketball game. And that provided Marshall with their 5th state championship, their 21st victory in a row. They finish at 32-1. Bartonville Limestone closes out their season also at 32-1. Well, some final thoughts here from Redbird Arena when we return. But first, this message from the Illinois High School Association.
Okay, closing out here, of course, you see the final score 48-46 and the 3-day attendance totals here at the Redbird Arena, according to the IHSA officials, 30,945 in the 3-day sessions. giving you a pretty clear indication that the crowds really came out to see the girls Class A and Class AA, seeing them play their best brand of basketball here at season's end. And of course, it was a great tournament here, now back here in the Redbird Arena, and it's time to, of course, to move on back to Champaign the next 2 weekends. Of course, the boys take over the March Madness tournament, and of course all the great stage that goes with that. And the boys Class A quarterfinals will begin Friday, March 13th, right here, with semifinals and finals. Then, of course, Saturday, March 14th, right here on your IHSA TV network. Check your local listings, as they say. And, of course, the following weekend, we'll have the boys Class AA championship, also from Assembly Hall in Champaign. And this year, the boys AA tournament will be highlighted by a first, an IHSA three-point contest and a slam dunk contest. So lots of great things still coming up here in March Madness on this station. So let's now turn it back over to center court to Brian and Julie.
Well, thank you, Joe. And Julie, this was a first, the first ever Girls State Championship held at Redbird Arena. And Joe mentioned the attendance figures, and the crowds were into the ball games, and the players on the court did not disappoint. Our championship games today, the Class A title contest won by Carthage Hancock Central. They had to go to overtime to do that. Marshall wins in regulation on a layup at the buzzer. Couldn't have asked for more exciting basketball in one day than we had here at Redbird Arena.
You certainly can. And I think the players like the fans being closer to the court, and Redbird Arena will make a nice home for girls basketball.
I think for a long time, girls basketball has been looking for its own identity, and maybe moving the tournament now to Redbird Arena will provide that. They're certainly off to a great start in that quest.
They certainly are.
As we look ahead now to the future of girls basketball, the championship tournament here at Redbird Arena, it's going to be hard to top the opening year.
No, 2 close games. I have to congratulate both teams, Class A, AA, and Marshall especially, with their 5th state title.
Dorothy Gators wins her 470th career game. Marshall wins the state title 48-46. For Julie Deerdorf, I'm Brian Wheeler. So long for now.